start the game tonight.
When lights were installed at the fairgrounds, and that was the first lighted field in the Southwest Penn Conference at that particular time back in the 30s.
Tri-captains for Southwestern, Jason Dell, Zach Topper, and Dave Jones, Keith Hess, Rich Rohrball, Mick Weisensail, representing the Nighthawks.
The officials for tonight's game, and referee is Steve Keller. The umpire is Jim Cooney. Judy Knoll is the head linesman. Line judge is Joe Franz, and the back judge is Danny Laird.
Okay, that brings you up to date on all the participants on the field, with and without numbers. And the Mustangs will be kicking off to the Hawks.
Deep man for the Nighthawks is Ted Rohrer.
Rohrer is deep, right.
And Nate Becker and Chad Byrne.
They're the short back. The up back's about the 13-yard line. And Rohrer will be standing down about the 5.
Who's kicking off for Southwest?
It looks like teeing it up is Corey Rudders. So it is. Corey Rudders will be kicking off for the Mustangs. And we're just about to get underway. 1993. Take it away, Don.
Just about 24 hours behind schedule, but it's going to be an exciting ball game. No question about it. Short end-over-end kick. It comes up to the short back Keith Hess. Hess at the 30, the 35. He's nailed as he gets over the 35-yard line, so the Hawks have good field position. And let's see where forward progress was at the 36. First and 10 for the Nighthawks. So the offensive team comes out, led by Keith Epicino, the quarterback.
14-yard return for Hess.
Rich Rohrball will be the center, and the running backs will be Murren and Horner. Fullback is Mike Chance. Split wide to the right will be Mick Weisensail on the first play from scrimmage as the Hawks come out of the huddle. Wing on the right side, 2 setbacks. Epicino back to pass right away. The pass is deflected and falls to the turf at about the 40-yard line. Incomplete. And who got his big fist up on that one there, Davies?
It was a strong pass rush by Southwestern. It looked like Zach Gilmore got in there and got a hand on the ball.
Rohr replaces Weisensail. It looks like Connor's going to run his split ends in, using them to relay plays. As the Hawks come out, second down at 10 yards to go on their own 36-yard line. Rohr is split wide to the right. The wingback is on the left side. We got the fake. His handoff is fake, and it's Epicino over the middle to his tight end, Brent Little, completed, and that's going to be close to a first down. Let's see where it's marked. To about the 47-yard line. First and 10 for the Nighthawks. Epicino to Brent Little.
Little was open down the middle. Epicino got him the ball. Before he was tackled by 3 Mustangs, he gained a first down. Safety Aaron Brady first to make contact with Little.
So the first down of the ball game through the air. Epicino to Little as the Hawks come out now with the first and 10. Still in their own territory by 3 yards. Rolling out to the left side is Epicino. Long pass down intended for Weisensail at the 30-yard line of Southwestern, incomplete.
I'm not so sure that pass wasn't intended for Brent Little. Underneath of Weisensail, over his head and short of Weisensail. He was being hurried out of the pocket. He had to get rid of the ball to avoid the sack. The Nighthawks going back to pass the first 3 games from scrimmage. Jack Connor must have confidence in his quarterback tonight.
Second and 10 from their own 47 as the Hawks come out of the huddle. No score in the ball game, and it's we've got 10:50 remaining in the first period. Wing back on the right, the end is split on the left side. We've got Murren over the middle, and he gets to the line of scrimmage, and no more than that. Foul up on the 47-yard line.
Zach Topper, defensive end, in on that play, along with defensive tackle Dave Krebs.
Might have lost about a foot on the play. We'll call it third down and 10 for the Nighthawks. That's the first running play of the ball game. Weisensail deployed wide to the right. Wingback is Harner now in the slot on the right side. Appuccino rolls back the pass. Throws the bomb, looking for Weisensail. He's got it out of bounds at the 18-yard line of the Mustangs.
If the one thing the Nighthawks do have this year, they do have some talent and speed at the wideout position with Weisensail and Rohr. That time Weisensail did a streak down the sidelines. Got by Craig Baumgartner, and the safety Aaron Brady couldn't get there in time to prevent the reception. Inside the 20, near the 18-yard line for the Hawks, a first down.
35-yard pass play.
First and 10 on the 18 of the Mustangs are the Nighthawks. As Rohr brings the next play in, the first down play. The Hawks up to the line of scrimmage, and Murray now is the wing on the left side in motion to the right. The handoff goes over the middle, and it will go to
That was Mike Chance, the fullback.
Chance, the fullback. And he plows over the middle close to the 15-yard line. To the 16.
Brian Martin, Mike Tracy, middle linebackers there to help with the stop.
Pickup of 2 on the first down play as Chance tried to go over his own right tackle. Second down play coming up. Second and a long 8. The ball on about the 16.5-yard line of the Mustangs. The Hawks have maintained possession since the opening kickoff. Back to the pass is fake. The handoff goes to the wingback Harder. Tries the left side, and he's knocked down. Loses yardage back to about the 20-yard line. So the counter to the left side does not work. And the Hawks are faced with a 3rd and 11 now on the Mustangs 20.
Defensive tackle Brian Ernst stayed at home that time play, and forced Harner to try to find something in the middle that wasn't there. Not going to fool each other here. Both teams playing the wing T offense.
They mirror each other offensively.
Defensively also, Don, same alignment. 5-2 monster.
Right, 5-2 monster. We got too much time, I believe, of the Nighthawks. Delay a game.
Penalty flags coming from the back judge. That's usually what it is. Marking off 5 yards, delay a game. You're right, Don.
So the ball comes back out now to the 25-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and about 16.
Once the referee gives the signal and blows his whistle that the ball is ready for play, they have 25 seconds to snap the ball. Nighthawks.
The play was into the
too
huddle.
much time.
Play was into the huddle in plenty of time. They just took too much time to get it off. In motion is Harner to the left, rolling to the right as Appuccino fires it over the middle. Intercepted this time by, I believe it was Dell. Jason Dell back out to the 30, the 35-yard line, and the Nighthawk drive is foiled by Dell on the interception. 1st and 10 Southwestern on their own 35.
Appuccino on the waggle rollout pass out of the wing T. Tried to force it in there to his tight end a little bit. Jason Dell, the monster back, stepped in front, picked it off, returned it to the 35. Mustangs halt the drive. Take over. 1st and 10 Southwestern.
First possession for the Mustangs now in the ball game with 8 minutes remaining on the scoreboard clock in the first period. No score.
It's this weird defensive alignment I told you about for the Hawks. 10 men within 5
close.
yards.
Long pass down the field, and we got an interference call. Attempted pass for Zach Topper, and the safety man hit him before the ball arrived.
The Hawks are employing a defensive alignment that has 10 men within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, and then the safety almost 30 yards off the ball. This time the safety came up and hit Zach Topper before the ball got there. It was overthrown, probably would not have been called.
Bill Moncrief hit him just a little bit too early.
It'll be 15 yards and a first down for the Mustangs.
That should bring the ball up to midfield. It'll be a first down. First and 10 for the Mustangs by virtue of the penalty. The ball on the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line.
Second penalty against the Nighthawks for a total of 20 yards.
Rohr replaces Moncrief in safety, and he is 30 yards off the ball.
Brady is the quarterback. We come out now with the Wing back on the left, in motion to the right. The handoff over the middle. It looks like Bria. And Bria picks up a couple of yards as he goes over the center. 2-yard pickup on the first down play from the 50, takes it to the Hawk 48. 7:25 remaining in the first period, and the game is scoreless. As the Mustangs now come out of the huddle. Liebrand is wide to the right as the split end. The handoff comes to the left, though, and it's Bria. He's gang tackled at the 47-yard line.
That was Dell, Don.
Oh, was it Dell?
31.
Jason Dell, the wingback, on the counter.
21 and 31. We'll have to look a little closer. Give him a yard on the play, maybe half a yard. That's about it. Third down and a long 7, nearly 8. As the Mustangs deploy Corey Rudders now, split end on the right side. Sullivan is the wing back in motion to the right. Brady back to pass in the pocket, over the middle. Rudders, it's good to the 35-yard line of the Nighthawks. A first down for the Mustangs.
Rudders on the slant pass, got in front of the monster back Weisensell and makes a nice reception for a 15-yard pickup.
Brady really drilled that one in there.
Aaron Brady, a superb athlete, pulling the trigger for the Mustangs.
First and 10 for the Mustangs. Brady hands it off to Sullivan. Sullivan off the right side. He's got running room. He's at the 25 and is finally knocked down at about the 22 or 23-yard line of the Nighthawks.
Flags on the play.
Hanover tried some quick substitutions, had too many players on the field. It'll be a substitution infraction against the Hawks. I'm sure it'll be declined by the Mustangs, though, as that fine run by Sullivan netted 13 yards.
That was good enough for a first down. They're not going to turn that one down. On the 22-yard line, the Mustangs, on the Nighthawk 22-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go. So penalties have hurt the Nighthawks defensively here in the first period. After their initial drive was thwarted on the 25-yard line of the Mustangs. Handoff, left side, that's Bria. Bria inside the 15, nearly to the 10-yard line, off his own left side.
Close to another first down. Depending on the spot, he'll have it.
Looks like he got to about the
12-yard line, first down.
First and 10 for the Mustangs on the Nighthawk 12-yard line.
Southwest looking sharp, moving the ball down the field swiftly. Big chunks at a time.
Backs, plenty of speed. Dell in motion. Roll out, left side, Brady. The pitch to Dell, but he is nailed in his own backfield, back to about the 15-yard line.
Coming up from his cornerback position to make a fine open field tackle was Nate Becker for the Hawks. 5'6", 135-pound junior. As the Nighthawks are substituting freely on defense.
Fine defensive play by Becker. He came up there real quickly.
A loss of 3 on the play.
Second down, 13 on the 15. Brady over the middle. Looked like it was intercepted. No, nearly intercepted by the Nighthawks. Scott Simons couldn't hang on to it at the 2-yard line.
Had the ball as he was going towards the ground, but it came out before he hit the ground.
So it'll be a 3rd and 13 now from the 15 of the Nighthawks.
Mustangs get a break there. Would have been a turnover on the 2-yard line.
Liebrand wide to the right. Wing back is Sullivan on the left side. Back to pass. Brady looking on to the underneath back coming out of the backfield.
He's looking for Bria coming out of the backfield. Floated it a little too long.
And it's incomplete at about the 7-yard line. 4th down coming up.
Bria was open. Mick Weisensell was coming a long way to try and pick him up, but fortunately for the Hawks, it was overthrown incomplete.
Attempted field goal. 22 and 10 or 32-yard attempt.
Ryan Wickline.
Wickline from the 22. There's a snap. The ball is down. It's up. It's wide to the left. No good. So the Hawks hold. The score remains at 0-0 with 4:47 remaining in the first quarter. So the ball will change hands, and the Nighthawks will take over on their own 20.
Wickline's attempt, plenty long enough, but it just hooked to the left. He was kicking from the left hash, and it hooked back to the left.
First and 10 for the Nighthawks as Weisensail goes wide to the left. Harner is a wing back on the right side. Set back to Chance and Murren. Hand off to Murren. Murren tries the right side. Spins his way into a little hole. Gets over the 15 to about the 18-yard line. A pickup of about 3 yards for Chad Murren on the first down play.
Murren spun away from Zach Topper and Zach Gilmore at the line of scrimmage and got into the secondary for a modest 4-yard gain before being stopped by the linebackers, Hart and Tracy.
Closer to a 4-yard gain on the first down play. Let's call it second and a long 6. For the Nighthawks, they're on their own 24-yard line.
The Nighthawks have some veterans on their offensive line this year. Reese, Goss, Rohrball, and Nelson all played quite a bit last year.
Rappuccino rolling back to pass. He's rushed. He's going to be nailed at the 15. Big rush by the Mustang defense.
And when it's a red dog, Zach Topper's always there at the defensive end. He's so quick across the line of scrimmage when he's rushing the passer.
They say he was knocked down at the 17, so it's a 3-yard loss on the play.
Rappuccino didn't stand a chance on that play. He was surrounded by Mustangs before he could set up.
That was a 6-yard loss, Don. 3rd and 13.
Oh, beg your pardon. 6-yard loss.
Yeah, because it was 2nd and 7, remember?
Correct. 3rd and 13 now for the Nighthawks, deep in their own territory. Rappuccino with a long count. Bumps into a back on the way back. Now he's rolling left to try to evade 3 pursuers, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Knocked out of bounds at that point.
He was running for his life on that play. Zach Topper was breathing down his neck from behind. Then a cornerback came up, bumped him out of bounds at the sideline there at 10. Inside the 10.
Rappuccino doing a little begging over there on the sidelines.
He
Felt that he was hit out of bounds.
He eased up as he stepped over the sideline, but he wasn't out of bounds yet. He took a little pop.
4th and 20 for the Hawks.
From their own 10-yard line. Dave Reese will punt from his end zone. In fact, he will step it right to about the goal line when he kicks. Go rush. Run back is on. Reese gets a pretty good kickoff. It gets to the 40, and a fair catch is called for at that point.
Aaron Brady.
By Brady. So the Mustangs now have the football on the Nighthawks 40-yard line with a 1st and 10. No score in the ball game. The ball changes hands now, goes over the Mustangs. We have just 1 second, more than 3 minutes remaining in period number 1.
30-yard punt for Reese.
And a game of field position looks like it's starting to work in Southwestern's favor as they start this drive in Hanover territory on the 40.
Slowly swinging from our right to our left. Brady handing off to Bria. Slants off tackle. Gang tackle after he gains about 4 yards to about the 36-yard line.
Coming off the bottom of the pile for the Hawks is Matt Goss, defensive tackle.
+4 for Bria on the first down. Will be 2nd down and 6 for the Mustangs on the Nighthawks 36-yard line.
Bria with 17 yards and 3 carries.
In the slot on the left side is Sullivan. Straight down the field he goes. Brady back to pass. Sullivan's open. He catches it at the 20, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. See, I picked him as soon as he started running. Wide open.
Little cross there. The Southwestern receivers did a little crossing pattern with each other, and the Hanover defense got caught picking themselves. Sullivan was wide open.
36-yard touchdown. Brady to Sullivan, and that's first blood here in the ball game.
And then Sullivan won the race to the corner flag.
Wickline will attempt the extra point. It's down, then it's up. Splits the uprights. Southwestern 7, Hanover nothing.
We'll return with more exclusive television coverage of local high school football on Hanover Cable TV in just a moment. You're watching exclusive television coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by Farmers Bank and Trust. We're in banking for you, serving the Hanover community. The Hanover Area Family YMCA, the place to be for family fun activities. 500 North George Street. Call 632-8211. The Hanover Evening Sun. Look to the Evening Sun every Wednesday for your complete guide to high school football. The New Area Football Weekly. The Hollinger Group. For real estate and insurance, call the Hollinger Group. Our #1 policy is service. We work for you. 207 Frederick Street, Hanover. Call 632-5225. And Stanbaugh Dorgan and Company Incorporated CPAs. Supporting business and education in the community. 1010 Eichelberger Street, Hanover. Call 637-2641.
Aaron Brady with a fine passing arm. He zips that ball. Rudders gets underneath it. It goes to the up back this time. And in fact, one of the ends, I believe, 88. Eric Knotts. And Knotts catches it on the 30, brings it back up to the 35-yard line. So the Nighthawks have 1st and 10 on their own 35.
Corey's not going so well with his kickoffs.
Now he's getting under him a little bit.
Yep. Trying too hard.
Hawks' third possession of the ball game. They have 2 first downs. It was 3 downs and punt last time they had the ball.
Harder, the wing back on the right. The handoff goes to Murren. Murren over the middle. And he gets to the line of scrimmage and hits a brick wall.
It's Dave Krebs with Zach Topper. On the stop, a gain of maybe a foot.
A foot. That's about it. So the Mustang defensive line is not doing too bad a job.
They've got some size and some strength on that line.
2nd down and 10 from the 35, their own 35. The Hawks, the handoff this time. Goes to, who's it, Mike Chance? Oh, Becker.
Nate Becker.
Nate Becker. Becker tries the right side. He'll pick up about 2 yards on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 8. Under the minute mark remaining in the first quarter. Mustangs leading 7-0. Becker on the last carry. He had replaced Murren. Pacino back to pass, over the middle, it's good, too little, the tight end, complete into Mustang territory, down to the 41-yard line. So the combination, Appuccino to Little, Appuccino to Weisensale, looks like it's going to be the key to the passing attack for the Nighthawks this year. 1st and 10, Hanover, on the 42-yard line of the Mustangs.
21-yard pass play for the Hawks.
Wing is on the right. The handoff goes to Becker. Becker tries the right side. He's inside the 40 to about the 39.
I tell you, that's Zach Topper. He's a fine football player, defensive end. He really played off the block nicely there. It looked like Becker had a seam to get through, but Zach Topper played off the block. He downed him after a 2-yard gain.
6'4", 210-pound senior. Nice-sized football player.
And very low body fat.
End of the first quarter, 7-0 Southwestern. We'll be back with quarter number 2.
We'll return in a moment with more exclusive coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by the Hanover Evening Sun, Farmers Bank and Trust, the Hanover Area Family YMCA, the Hollinger Group, and Stanbaugh Dorgan and Company Incorporated CPAs.
Back to the action at Shepherd and Myers, and quarter number 2 coming up. Hanover in possession with the football on the 39-yard line of the Mustangs. They're trailing the ball game 7-0. They've got a counter over the middle. It looks like it went to
Chad Harner.
Sean Horner picks
That's
up
right.
some running room inside the 37 to about the 36-yard line. Third down and a long 4 now for the Nighthawks. As Weisensail brings in the third down play from the bench. And he is deployed wide to the left. Keith Epicino is the quarterback. Epicino hands it off the right side. A quick dive off the right side is not too successful. Picks up maybe a yard or two. Let's see who the ball carrier was.
Mike Chance.
Mike Chance, the fullback.
Yeah, Dave Krebs laying on the ground, hanging on to his ankles. He didn't get much at all.
Fourth down and about 3.5 actually for the first half. Ball's just inside the 35-yard line of the Mustangs. And evidently the Nighthawks feel that they have a chance for a first down. No punting situation for them. Epicino brings him out. Back to pass. He eludes a tackler, and now he's thrown back at the 50-yard line, but it looks like there's a penalty on the play.
That's going to be grounding. He was on his way to the ground, and he tried to get rid of it, and he
Oh,
threw it at the feet of his
I didn't see him,
guard.
I didn't see him ditch the ball.
Kevin Robinson. Threw it at Kevin's feet. And the referee, Steve Keller, throws the flag. We'll have intentional grounding.
And that's going to cost the Nighthawks a lot more yardage,
Oh
too.
my goodness, it's 5 yards and a loss of down from the spot, so now the Mustangs will take over on the Nighthawk 46-yard line.
46-yard line.
Boy, if that one didn't blow up in their face, that play. Got a veteran quarterback, and starting since he was a sophomore, as a senior, makes a crucial mistake.
Coach Connor giving Keith Epicino a brief explanation of what he should have done.
Boy, when he was rolling out to the right, it looked like he was going to have time to throw, but then
Right.
he rolled back into the pressure, and he wasn't going to get away from Dave Krebs, as strong as he is, when he got a hold of him.
10 for the Mustangs, and the handoff goes over the middle. Powell driving for about 7 or 8 yards is
It was Mike Bria,
Mike
and he
Bria.
was really running hard.
picked up 7 yards on the first down play as the offensive line of Jones, Hart, and Moss fired out, and Bria went right up the middle. Second and about 3 now. As the Mustangs start to roll off the right side, it's Sullivan. He's off to the races, down to the 20, and inside the 20, and finally knocked down at about the 18-yard line.
Really some nifty moves there by Sullivan. Little stutter step, little shoulder shake, and got to the outside, inside the 20, first down for the Mustangs.
Aaron Sullivan, a 5'9", 150-pound senior, and he can move.
21-yard carry for Sullivan. He's got 33 and 2 carries.
First and 10 now on the Nighthawk 18-yard line. There's Brady back to pass. Fires one into the end zone.
Runners has it.
Touchdown, Corey Runners.
I just think that defense that Hanover's playing is putting too much pressure on the kids. They got to pick up their man right on the line of scrimmage and then stay with him downfield. And that time Runners did a down and out, and when he made the out move, he lost the defender, and the safety didn't have any time at all to get way over there. Runners made a nice over-the-shoulder catch, falling to the turf.
Defense itself I would characterize as rather unconventional for high school football. So the Mustangs score, and Wickline's attempt is up through the uprights. 14-0. Southwestern with 9:40 remaining in the second quarter. We'll be back with more in 30 seconds.
We'll return in a moment with more exclusive coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by the Hanover Evening Sun, Farmers Bank and Trust, the Hanover Area Family YMCA, the Hollinger Group, and Stambaugh, Dorgan and Company Incorporated CPAs.
Brady hooked up with Runners from 18 yards out. Wickline added the extra point. 14-0 Mustangs. 9:40 to go in the second quarter.
Ryan Wickline will kick off. There's the kick. Now this one is a longer one, and goes to the deep man. It's Roar. Roar up over the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So the Hawks will put it in play at that point on their own 33.
Rohrer took the ball on the fly at the 17-yard line out to the 33, a 16-yard return. It was exciting. He has some speed, some flash. But the Mustangs are up to the task. See if Hanover can get something going. If they can't get on the board here before the end of the half, their heads might be hanging a little bit at the break.
Split left, wing to the right side, 2 setbacks. Cappuccino rolls left to pass, fires it. He's got chance coming out of the backfield. It's complete, and he's up to the 50-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Cappuccino to Mike Chance, and it's a first down for the Nighthawks at the midfield stripe.
Their 4th first down of the game.
Chance took that ball out of the backfield and headed downfield with a head of steam, and he wasn't giving anything up. He lowered the shoulder at the point of impact right at the midfield stripe.
Cappuccino with 104 yards through the air so far.
Wing left, split right. The handoff goes on a handoff over the left side. We've got a flag on the play. It was Harner picking up about 3 yards on the first down play. Let's see what the infraction is.
It's going to be holding against the Hawks. Matt Goss got caught. Out wide open over there on the far side. Got hooked up with Dave Krebs. Out in the wide open field. Easy pickings for the umpire.
So a costly mistake by the Nighthawks because they were at midfield and now they're back on their own 40-yard line. Faced with a 1st and 20.
And that's the 4th penalty committed by the Nighthawks, total of 35 yards.
Their defense isn't stopping and their penalties are hurt.
14-0, the Mustangs lead with 8:45 remaining in the first half. Cappuccino rolling to the right, looking for a receiver. He stops, he fires, and he looks for Little, and it's incomplete at the 45-yard line of the Mustangs. The receiver and the defender got tangled up there, and Little says, I was interfered with, and the official says, no, you weren't.
But don't ask the Hanover faithful what they think.
Right.
Very close, Don.
Close call.
Very close.
So it'll be 2nd down and 20 now from their own 40 for the Nighthawks as Rohr comes in with the 2nd down play. Clock stopped on the incompleted pass at 8:29 remaining in the first half.
Todd Plunkert in at safety for the Mustangs, giving Aaron Brady a rest.
So we got a couple of wides to the right, but the handoff goes over the middle to Chance. Chance gets to the line of scrimmage and is knocked down by that big guy Topper. No gain on the 3rd down play.
Zach Topper and Josh Clemens, the 2 defensive ends, collapsed on that play. Chance, no gain.
3rd and 20 now from their own 40 are the Nighthawks.
Now on an obvious passing zone, Brady comes back in at safety.
Two setbacks are Harner, a Chance. Cappuccino back to pass. He zips it to Weisensail. And is it complete?
It's complete, but
Yes, it
it's
is. The pickup of 11
9 yards short of the first down.
to the 49 of the Mustangs, and it's a minus 9 as far as the first down is concerned, a plus 11 on the completed pass. So that's going to force the Nighthawks to punt as we see Dave Reese now coming into the ballgame. Reese with a fine punt on his first attempt. There's the snap and the kick. High kick, but the official has dropped the flag, nullifying the play. Infractions by the defense, probably offsides.
Encroachment defense, preliminary signal.
That'll bring up a 4th and 4.5, I guess you might say,
All right, you are, Don.
for the Nighthawks, just inside the 45-yard line of the Mustangs.
First penalty committed by the Mustangs.
Hanover's still going to punt the ball away, though.
They're having a discussion, and they're going to run out of time.
I don't know what the problem is. They have 11 players on the field. Now
Well, they've called timeout to get things straightened out with the 6:49 remaining in the second half, second quarter. The Nighthawks trailing by 14. They can ill afford to make any more mistakes if they want to keep their nose in this ball game. So what is the decision? Are they going to kick it or not? They've made up their minds anyhow. Reese is staying in, so I assume they're going to punt. But they lost the timeout. Now the official says, hey, you can't play yet. Time is out.
they called a timeout. They're going to give Southwestern to 30 seconds. Hanover was confused, but they had 11 players on the field. I guess they just didn't huddle up right, and they couldn't figure out who was in the wrong place. Someone was lined up wrong, or they were all there, and no subs came on at all since they wasted the timeout. Just a little disorganized.
So we will see a punt on this next down, I'm quite sure.
No doubt about it. At least an attempt at a punt. We'll put it that way. Mustangs might come after this one.
He got a good one off last time. There's the snap. And the kick. Spiraling kick down to about the 11-yard line. Back out to the 15, and it was Brady running it up close to the 20-yard line. Let's see where they gave him progress. Looks like he's going to be at the 20. First and 10 for the Mustangs at that point. So the last time the Mustangs had the football, they scored on 3 plays. Of course, they have a little bit farther to go now. They've got 80 yards to go.
But that's not to say they can't do it again.
Particularly on the arm of Aaron Brady.
This is the deepest they've had a start in the game, Don.
I think that they're going to get a gift. Or is it a procedure against the Mustangs? No.
Hanover's walking backwards.
Hanover was offsides.
Lining up in the neutral zone.
And that's a gift of 5 yards. And the Mustangs start out with a 1st and 5 now from their 25-yard line.
5th penalty committed by the Nighthawks.
Brady's quarterback. A man in motion from left to right. The handoff goes to Bria. Bria bangs over the middle. He might have picked up 2 yards in the first play. And now we've got a flag. That's a dead ball flag, and that doesn't look too good.
I think this one's going to go against the Mustangs.
The official was pointing in their direction. So play has been stopped again. There's been an infraction. Personal foul on the part of the offense. And that puts the Mustangs now back inside their own 15 to about the 12 or 13 yard line. Still first down, fellas. First down at about 17, the way it looks to me.
Timeout called by the Mustangs. I'm sure Sidestringer's going to find out what that was all about, that penalty.
We'll take a break and return with more of Hanover Cable TV's coverage of high school football in just a moment. You're watching exclusive television coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by Stan Bond Dorgan and Company Incorporated CPAs. Supporting business and education in the community. 1010 Eichelberger Street, Hanover. Call 637-2641. The Hollinger Group. For real estate and insurance, call the Hollinger Group. Our #1 policy is service. We work for you. 207 Frederick Street, Hanover. Call 632-5225. The Hanover Area Family YMCA. The place to be for family fun activities. 500 North George Street. Call 632-8211. Farmers Bank and Trust. We're in banking for you, serving the Hanover community. And the Hanover Evening Sun. Look to the Hanover Evening Sun every Wednesday for your complete guide to high school football. The New Area Football Weekly.
Time is still out on the field. The Mustangs have been penalized 15 yards. They lead in the ball game 14-0. 6:02 remaining in the second quarter, and they have a 2nd and 17 from their own 13-yard line. How's that, Steve?
That's what it is.
That's fairly accurate.
There's the picture.
Yeah, actually, we give Bree a yard gain on that last play,
Right.
and then the 13-yard half the distance assessment on the personal foul against the Mustangs.
Sounds good, Steve. Good explanation.
Well, it's not good for the Mustangs.
No, Coach Seidenstricker wasn't too happy with that play.
The second penalty against the Mustangs totaled 18 yards.
Now the second down play, and Brady's back to pass inside the 5. And it's intercepted by Murray. Murray headed for the end zone. He scores! Chad Murray was out there waiting for that one. And he took it all the way in for the touchdown. And that'll hop up the Hawks. It gets them on the scoreboard.
They needed that one, Don.
Intercepted at the 26-yard line by Murren, and he carries it the 26 yards to pay dirt to get the Hawks on the scoreboard at 5:52.
When he got to the 10-yard line, you knew very well he was going to score because he had his head down and he was going for that goal line.
And at 200 pounds, he can get ahead of steam up.
Brent Little will attempt the extra point for the Nighthawks. It's down and it's up. It splits the uprights. 14-7. The Mustangs lead the Nighthawks now, but the Hawks have some momentum. With 5:52 remaining in this first half, we'll keep it here. And I don't know about the wisdom of that particular play.
Brady thought he had a shot to get runners. He tried to float it downfield there, but this time the defense was back, and Fern was just waiting for it. Leaped high in the air in front of Corey Rudders, took the ball down the sidelines for the touchdown.
Corey Rudders was split wide to the left, and he was just on a fly pattern right straight down the field. And Warren stepped in front of him, took the ball, and 26 yards for the TD.
And that will give the Nighthawks a lift here. They needed that.
Matt Goss will kick off for Hanover. So the defense scores for the Hawks. Fair crowd here tonight. Not a capacity, but it's a pretty decent crowd, really.
A lot of people standing in the end zone, so there are a lot of seats available, but some people just prefer to stand.
Right you are, Steve. It's some of them old rail birds, they just refuse to get off the rail, even if it is a seat somewhere else.
There goes Station 51 across the street. Yeah, 3 times we heard that last night.
They were busy last night. Okay, Matt Goss for the kickoff for the Nighthawks. This one goes popped up in the air, and the upback is going to take it, nailed it about the 41-yard line, and that's
Mike Tracy.
Mike Tracy. Field of the kickoff, the short kickoff by Matt Goss. Gets it up over the 40 to the 42. First and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 42-yard line.
Tell you, both of these kids, both teams, Rudders and Goss, in the pregame warm-ups, their kickoffs were going inside the 10, but
Right now,
too much adrenaline. They're pumping them up in the air. They're already getting 30 yards on their kicks.
Wing to the right, and the ball goes on a counter to Sullivan. Sullivan breaks a tackle, and he gets close to the midfield stripe. They have picked up close to 8 yards on the play. We'll give him 7. We'll pick 7 on it. Aaron Sullivan, tough guy to bring down.
He runs hard. Keith Hess and Jason Cole had to team up for the stop, but not until after an 8-yard gain for Sullivan.
Hand off to Sullivan. He's off the right side. And he picks up the first down and gets to the 45-yard line of the Hanover Nighthawks.
8th first down for the ball game for the Mustangs.
It was Hanover, Tyke Hanover made the tackle, but not until Sullivan had picked up that first down.
That Tyke Hanover and Mick Watsell team up. They hit him pretty hard that time, but he had already picked up the first down at 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. On the Hanover 45.
Two setbacks, comes to the left to Sullivan. He's in motion to the right. Keeper by Brady. Brady tries to hit a back coming out of the outfield. Bria coming out of the backfield. Underthrown as the rush was on by the Hanover defense.
And Tony Groff coming in from his defensive end position had to heat on Brady. He had to leap over Groff and throw the ball away, and it fell short.
2nd and 10 now from the Nighthawk 45-yard line. The Mustangs in possession. They lead 14-7. There's Dell trying the left side. Jukes it in and out, and then he's met by 3 tacklers. And he picks up maybe 2 yards on the play.
Scott Simons, cornerback, came up, read the run. Got some help from his mates.
Just a 1-yard pickup for Jason Dell. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now for the Mustangs. Inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line. There's Mike Liebrand comes wide to the right. Brady straight back to pass. He's got the time. Fires it. Intercepted by Weissensale. He's got the football close to the 40-yard line. Reverses his field. Heads upfield now. Gets to about the 44 and is knocked back at that point.
Fine defensive play by Mick Wadsell. Cuts right in front of Michael Liebrand. Kicks it off for the Nighthawks. They stop the Mustangs.
Hawks with the possession of the football on their own 43-yard line. 3:43 remaining in the first half. And Brady now has been intercepted 2 times in succession. Successive possessions, we might say. Weissensale wide to the left. As Epicino rolls to the left, he loses a tackler, looking downfield, and he's up to the 50, cuts back inside the 45. There's a flag back there. I think that there was a clip. A blocker clipped the pass rusher.
Yeah, I think John Alvarez is going to get hammered for a holding call, I believe.
And that's the reason that Epicino was able to break loose and get into Southwestern territory. The gain will be nullified, and there will be a penalty assessed against the Nighthawks. Holding. 10 yards from the point of the foul. That was at the 33. Goes back to the 23. So instead of having the football on the Southwestern 45, the Hawks have it on their own 23, and they will have a
First and 30.
First and a bushel and a half to go.
Actually, a 20-yard penalty effectively on that one.
That's a loss of 20 on the play. As the Nighthawks come out of the huddle during the 3-minute mark in the second quarter. They trail in the ball game, 14-7. There's a handoff to Harder. Tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he is nailed for a 3-yard loss at his own 20-yard line.
Linebacker Brian Hart with some help from the other linebacker, Mike Tracy, coming up as Harder hesitated for a second at the corner, and he was dropped.
The Mustangs defensing the run of the Hanover offense quite effectively here in the first half.
2nd and 33 for the Hawks.
They have the football on their own 20-yard line, and it's a second down play coming up. Let's see if Epicino goes to the air again. Back to pass, in the pocket, over the middle, drops 5, Brent Little at the 32-yard line. That one he couldn't hang on to. I think he tried to run before he had.
Fullback to tight end were in the same area.
Same area, right.
Only about 3 or 4 yards apart. Chance reached out for the ball. It was beyond his reach, and it hit Little right in the midst. He just couldn't hang on.
I think
It might have been screened by his own teammate there a little bit.
Screened by Chance. Officials time for an equipment repair, and it's been taken care of with dispatch. 2:12 remaining in the second quarter. Southwestern 14, Hanover 7. Nighthawks with the football on their own 20-yard line, but they've got 33 yards to go for the first down. Epicino rolling to the right. He's going to be nailed in the backfield.
And it's Zach Topper there, defensive end. On the heads-up charge across the line of scrimmage. He's all over Chino.
He's a fine defensive end. Got the size and the speed to go with it. He's got plenty of speed.
Sort of a Ted Hendricks type.
Sport.
Yep. Tall, long, lean.
All right. Timeout called on the Mustangs. We'll be back with more in 30 seconds.
You're watching exclusive television coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by the Hanover Evening Sun. Look to the Evening Sun every Wednesday for your complete guide to high school football. The New Area Football Weekly. Farmers Bank and Trust. We're in banking for you, serving the Hanover community. The Hanover Area Family YMCA, the place to be for family fun activities. 500 North George Street, call 632-8211. The Hollinger Group. For real estate and insurance, call the Hollinger Group. Our #1 policy is service. We work for you. 207 Frederick Street, Hanover. Call 632-5225. Stambaugh Dorgan Company Incorporated CPAs, supporting business and education in the community. 1010 Eichelberger Street, Hanover. Call 637-2641.
Back at Shepherd and Myers, and the Hanover Nighthawks trailing by 7 points. Have a fourth down and 42 yards to go. Almost half the field to go for a first down. So, needless to say, Dave Reese will be kicking. He rushes on. He gets a high end-over-end kickoff to the 40-yard line, which is fielded by Brady, and fair caught by Aaron Brady on the Nighthawk 40-yard line. So with 1:43 remaining in the half, the Mustangs would like to hang another one up on the scoreboard before they go into the locker room, and the Nighthawk defense would like to stay within 7, so we'll see how it goes.
29 yards of the punt. Reese.
David Jones is the center for the Mustangs. The Lee brand, the split end, is on the right side. Vince Pecker in motion to the right, and handoff over the middle to the fullback, Bria. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage. In fact, he lost a yard on the first down play.
Matt Goss at the bottom of the pile for the Hawks.
Second down and 11 now for the Mustangs. Southwestern trying the middle. They might try it again and then open up on the third down, or they may go upstairs on this second down play. Let's see what happens. Brady back to pass. Looking for runners. He's got him, and he's out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
I think he's going to be just a little short of the first down. But he got out of bounds to stop the clock.
9-yard pass play from Brady to Rudders. It'll be a third down and 1. And clock is stopped at 1:05 remaining in the first half. Mike Lebrand brings the play in from the bench as the Mustangs line up for the third down play. 3rd and 1. Brady handing off. This time to Bria. Bria breaks loose off the left side, and he's got first down yardage. Blunt out, knocked out of bounds at about the 21.
Knocked out of bounds by Jason Cole, but
At the 24, beg your pardon.
easily picks up the first down for the Mustangs. Stepped out of bounds at the 24. 1st and 10 for Southwestern. 59 seconds to go in the first half.
Mustangs on the Nighthawk 24-yard line. Rudder split wide to the right this time. Rolling to the right is Brady. He hits Rudders complete, and it's inside the 15, and Rudders made a nice play because Weissensale was all over it. This is going to be another first down at about the 12 or 13 yard line.
He got enough for the first down. He had to get inside the 14. Got the ball down inside the 13. And first down for Southwestern.
Close to the 12 yard line.
Clock is running with 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Brady brings him out. And he's rolling left. He's going to keep it this time. Looks toward the corner and then cuts it up inside the 5 to about the 3 yard line.
And he rolled out to the left, and you saw a lot of green out there, Don. He went for the corner. The Mustangs linebacker, or the Nighthawk linebacker, Keith Hess, got out there, turned him in, and he took it down inside the 5 where it'll be second and 3.
Southwestern stops the clock with a timeout. 24 seconds remaining on the scoreboard clock. And they've got the Hawk defense in jeopardy here inside the 5 yard line. And of course, the Nighthawks would like nothing better than to stop the Mustangs. The Mustangs can gain a first down
Without scoring.
But their objective here is to get the ball in the end zone within the 24-second time limit.
Just inside the 5, a second and a long 2. The Nighthawk defense hoping to hold on here.
Coach Seidenstricker in the huddle, setting up that second down play.
Mustangs have one timeout remaining, as do the Nighthawks.
As Jones, the center, comes out over the ball, and we're just about ready now. Ball just inside the 5 yard line of the Nighthawks. Brady, back to pass. Shoots one into the corner. And it's complete. Complete to Corey Rudders as he's just over the end zone. Completes the pass for the touchdown. So would you say that Rudders is the favorite receiver?
Oh, I'd
of
say
Aaron Brady?
the leading receiver coming back. The primary receiver on that play, the way it looked, is Brady wasted no time getting ready to the ball. A quick out for Rudders, and he's in the end zone for the score.
Ryan Wickline will attempt the extra point. 2 in a row successfully. Going for number 3. This one's up. It's good. 21-7. The Mustangs score in the last. So there's 17 seconds remaining in the first half. How about the scoring drive, Steve?
6 plays took the Mustangs as they went 40 yards, taking over at the Hawk 40-yard line on the fair catch after the Nighthawk punt. And they took 6 plays to get into the end zone as Corey Rudders takes the pass from Aaron Brady for the second time tonight. That combination has hooked up for the touchdown, a 5-yard touchdown pass from Brady to Rudders this time. Wickline adds his 3rd extra point of the evening, and it's 21-7 Mustangs with 17 seconds remaining.
There's that 17.
Yeah, I did. I looked up there and there was a 17
Right.
there.
Got it in the right slot.
17 seconds remaining until halftime. And minute 26, the time of that scoring drive.
Ryan Wickline will be the kicking off. The post-touchdown kickoff. 3 TDs for the Mustangs tonight, and 3 TDs for the Mustang offense, and 1 TD for the Nighthawk defense. Low line drive kick. It's rolling past Rudders. He picked it up. Roar picks it up at about the 8-yard line. He's up over the 10, the 20, and finally knocked out about the 25-yard line. Somebody lifted him off his feet and brought him to the turf not too gently.
As we mentioned earlier, Hawks have 1 timeout remaining.
9 seconds remaining. So they could get about 2 plays in.
19-yard return on that one for Ted Rohr.
Ball's on a 26-yard line of the Nighthawks. They're going to let it run out, which they do at the end of the half. The Southwestern Mustangs lead the Hanover Nighthawks at halftime, 21-7. And the combination of Brady to Rudders. I think we're going to hear a lot about that pair as the season unfolds. What do you think, Dave?
Well, they clicked a couple times tonight, and I'm sure they'll attempt to do that quite often through the season. And looking good. Rudders, as we mentioned, the leading returning receiver for Southwestern. 25 catches, I believe, last year. And they get the ball to him, he'll catch it.
So far, defensively, the Mustangs have pretty well shut down the Hanover running game, thanks to Mr. Topper at the defensive end. And we'll be back with a rundown of the first half in 60 seconds.
This fall, Hanover Cable TV presents exclusive television coverage of WHBR high school football. Catch all the action as area teams square off on Hanover Cable TV Channel 7 on tape delay, Mondays at 7 p.m., Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Wednesdays at 11:30 p.m., and Thursdays at noon. Local high school football this fall on Hanover Cable TV Channel 7, underwritten by the Hanover Evening Sun, Farmers Bank and Trust, the Hanover Area Family YMCA, the Hollinger Group, and Stambaugh Dorgan & Company Incorporated CPA. This fall, it's Hanover Cable TV's exclusive television coverage of high school football on Cable Channel 7.
And for second half play-by-play, here's Dave Little.
Thank you, Don. Hanover will kick off to start the second half, giving the ball to Southwestern. Hanover did receive the opening kickoff, moved it slightly before turning it over to the Mustangs. Down by 2 touchdowns, and they got to give the ball to the Mustangs to start the second half. I'm sure the defense for Hanover would like nothing but a big stop on this series. Gets the momentum on the black and the orange side. Teeing it up for the Hawks is Matt Goss. Deep for the Mustangs is Corey Rudders. And he is flanked by Aaron Sullivan, and it looks like Mike Bria.
Yeah, that's Brio on the other side.
Goss prepared to get into it. Boots ball is a little better than the last time. Down the middle to Rudders. He takes it at the 16-yard line, straight up the middle behind the wedge, over to 30, to 35. And finally stopped by the Hanover defense, but not before getting it out to the 37-yard line, where Southwest will put it in play, first and 10 from their own 37.
Mike Groff was the guy in on the tackle there. He gets off the bottom of the pile, and play will resume at the 37-yard line.
Nice 21-yard return by Rudders.
Mustangs break the huddle with Liebrand going wide left, and it's Jason Dale, the wingback, on the right. Handoff goes to Bria off the left tackle. He's got some running room, a first down and more down the left sideline. And finally knocked out of bounds by the safety Moncrief, but not before taking it well into Hanover territory down to the 35-yard line.
The Mustang offensive line fired out that first play from scrimmage and really knocked the Hawks back, all of it, on the defense.
And good blocking at the corner, and it freed Bria up for a big gainer. They spot the ball at the 37-yard line, first and 10 Southwestern. Tighter
6-yard carry for Bria.
Tighter alignment. This time it's Sullivan over the right tackle.
Good stop in there by Weissenstiel. He was alert to the play, but there was
Picks
a
up about 5 yards.
5-yard pickup on the play, right?
Second and 5. We're just underway here in the second half. Southwestern leading Hanover 21-7.
Mustangs moving off the line very quickly offensively here in this first series in the second half.
11 minutes to go, third period. Southwest comes out of the huddle with Rudders split wide right. And it's Sullivan in the wing left. Brady barks the signals, gives it to his fullback Bria. He's hit by Goss at the line, breaks away and picks up about 6 yards. Has a first down near the 25-yard line.
Bria had the ability to bounce off and twist loose and picked up extra yardage enough for the first down that time.
Ball spotted just outside the 25-yard line. First and 10 for the Mustangs on the Hanover 25.
13th first down of the game for the Mustangs. Bria has 64 yards of 9 carries.
Liebrand wide right. Handoff goes to Dell. He's going left off tackles. Got some running room. Picks up another 6 yards. Back Dale on a little counter action there.
Keith Hess, the linebacker for the Nighthawks, finally got him down, but boy, he picked up almost 8.
We'll give him 7 on the play. 2nd and 3 from the 18-yard line of Hanover. Rudders, wide left. Brady gives it to Bria. Off tackle left side. He's got a first down inside the 15-yard line, down to the 13.
Mustangs moving the ball on the ground very effectively here to open the second half.
Mustangs flexing their muscles on the offensive line. They've got some size there, led by the track captain, Dave Jones at center, 210 pounds. The offensive line averaging over 200. This time it's Sullivan going around the right side. Gets to the 10-yard line. Short gain of 3.
He got all that 3 on his own, too. He was nearly hitting the backfield.
Just inside the 10. 2nd down and 3 for the Mustangs.
Tony Groff made the tackle.
Sullivan with 54 yards, 6 carries.
Pick up a 3. 2nd and 7, excuse me. 9 minutes to go. 3rd period. Southwest up by 2 touchdowns, 21-7. Brady gives it to Dale off the left side. Pumps over, not, but it's dropped for a loss.
Mike Groff, nose guard, came across and nailed him after he was slowed up by Knott.
Looks like about a 3-yard loss, way back to the 13, so that'll bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs on the Hanover 13.
That's the first time the defense has stopped Southwestern's offense here in this second half. This drive from the opening kickoff.
Mustangs come out with Lee Brand, wide right, double wing. Dale goes in motion, fakes the handoff. Brady, he passes it to Bria, coming out of the backfield, gets him at the 5, and he takes it in for the touchdown for Southwestern.
Bria caught the pass on the run, cut back, and he was into the end zone on his knees for the TD.
It's a sharp, well-executed drive for the Mustangs here to open things up in the 3rd period. They stretch their lead out to 3 touchdowns. It's 27-7 with the point after attempt coming up. Quick line in.
Well-executed pass play, Brady to Bria. Bria hesitated a little bit. Brady just waited for him to get open, and boom, hit him.
Brady will be the holder. Quick line will attempt the point after. Snap is back. Brady puts it down. The kick is up. It's solid. It's good.
Quick line with 4 in a row. And it's
28-7 for the Mustangs.
Mustangs have just scored. Scoring drive, Steve.
63 yards on 8 plays, that time all on the ground until Aaron Brady hooks up with a 13-yard touchdown pass to Mike Bria, and Ryan Wickline adds his 4th extra point of the night, makes it 28-7 for the Mustangs. Time of the drive, 3 minutes, 38 seconds, 8:22 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Wickline gets into the boot for Southwestern. It's a short winder. Comes to Byrne at the 20. He's got a seam up the middle. Breaks the tackle. He's out over the 40-yard line for the Nighthawks. So not bad field position to start as the Nighthawk offense will have to get it on track there in the second half. They hope to stay with Southwestern for the remainder of this game. They've got to tighten up that score. The Nighthawk offense showed some flashes with the passing game in the first half, but have been able to get on track on the ground so far tonight against that tough, solid defensive wall of Southwestern. Chino calls the signals, gives it to his fullback Chance. He breaks the tackle and takes it out to about the 45-yard line, and where it fumbled, and Brady picks it up. Going the other way, he's got to score. Touchdown, Southwestern. As Mike Chance was struggling for extra yardage, and the ball popped out after a 5-yard gain, and Brady picks it up and alertly scoots it into the end zone. A 45-yard fumble return for another Southwestern touchdown.
It appeared that Chance was stopped, and yet he was kept churning his legs, and so the official did not mark the ball as dead, and he fumbled it. Brady just was right there, picked it up, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Too much speed for Keith Apicino to catch him before he could get to the end zone. And it's now 34-7 for the Mustangs. 7:40 to go in the third period.
And that's the straw, fellas.
It could very well be. You're right, Don. Brady will put it down. Wickline will attempt a point after. It's down. The kick is solid through the middle, and it's 35-7.
Now, maybe what we were talking about, that continuous clock, that if this thing continues as it has here in this third quarter, you never
No
can tell.
chance.
No, it won't.
Not
Ted-
in a game like this.
Ted Rohr back deep for the Nighthawks. Ryan Wickline preparing to boot the kickoff for Southwestern. Also back there is Scott Simons and Chad Byrne for the Hawks. Wickline gets into the kick. This is a low liner. It bounces in front of Byrne. He picks it up at the 20. He's to the 30, the 35, the 40. He's got a break. He's got the kicker to beat. The safety man, Aaron Brady, he stays back there and stops Byrne, but not before he takes the kickoff back to the Southwestern 46.
Nice tackle by Brady, and he was the last man.
One man to beat, and Brady made a good tackle on the 46-yard line.
Another fine return by Byrne. 34 yards on that return. He had 20 yards in the last return after the last Mustang kickoff.
The Nighthawks come out with Wiesentail split wide left. Harner, the right wing, goes in motion. The handoff on the counter to Byrne. He's into the secondary. He might go all the way as he breaks the tackle. He's to the 10, the 5. He will score for Hanover. Chad Byrne, a 46-yard run on the counter. Touchdown, Nighthawks. And they cut the Southwestern advantage to 35-13.
So that gets the Brady drive back.
Byrne may need some help. He was tackled in the end zone, mobbed by his teammates. May have come up with a cramp. Hopefully that would be all. Looks like that's what they're working on, a cramp. I saw him working on Mick Wiesentail a little earlier in the second period. He had a leg cramp, and now Byrne, after that long, hard run, his leg cramps up on him when he relaxes in the end zone.
And that was a drive, Don, that time. 46 yards in one play.
That
for
was,
the Nighthawks.
that was a Murren drive. The previous one was a Brady drive and the Murren drive.
This was an offensive drive, a one-play drive of 46 yards. Took 38 seconds off the clock as Chad Byrne rumbles the 46 yards for the second touchdown of the night for the Hawks, and the extra point attempt to follow as soon as Byrne is attended to by the trainers.
He's up. You're right. It was a cramp.
He's up, he'll limp off the field, and then he'll be ready for play. We're going to keep it right here till he gets off the field, and we'll see the extra point attempt by Brent Little. As Chad Byrne got some size at 6 foot 200 pounds, and once he gets into the open field, not some bad speed either.
Good speed.
For a boy that big, he's got good speed. Chino will put it down for Little. Snap is back, it's down, the kick is up and through the middle, it's good. 35-14, Southwestern lead. 7:03 to go, third period. We'll pause for 30 seconds.
We'll return in a moment with more exclusive coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by the Hanover Evening Sun, Farmers Bank and Trust, the Hanover Area Family YMCA, the Hollinger Group, and Stambaugh, Dorgan & Company Incorporated CPAs.
We're back. The Nighthawk team going onto the field after their brief timeout to prepare to kick off the Southwestern. Hanover has just scored to cut the Southwestern lead to 35-14. 7:03 to go, third period. And a little bit of spark into the running game on that play, Steve. After minus 26 in the first half, now they have at least they're plus 20.
Plus 27 total for the game.
Right, chance on the 7-yard gain and then coughed the ball up.
That was a 5-yard gain, yeah, so it'd be plus 25
Plus 25.
for the game. That
Not very good, though.
No,
Not
it is,
very
but that 46 certainly helped. And, something to add to for the Hawks.
It lifted the Nighthawks' spirits, and if they can stop Southwestern here and maybe get on the board, they might be flying again. Goss preparing to kick off for Hanover. Deep is Rudders, but it's a short kick. Comes to Mike Tracy, the up back at the 30. He jukes a man at the 35, gets the ball out to about the 37. Or that short spinning kickoff by Goss. Southwestern has pretty decent field position to start the drive. First and 10, Mustangs on their own 37.
But Josh Forsythe made the tackle for the Nighthawks. He's on the kickoff team.
Brady brings him out of the huddle. Lebrand, wide right. Handoff. Goes to Sullivan. He's coming around the right side with plenty of running room. Penalty flags flying everywhere as Sullivan takes it across midfield and he's to the 45.
I think somebody was trying to hold Vic Weissensale out here.
Well, it's got 2 flags downfield and 1 flag in the backfield. I think you're going to have like 2 different holding penalties. The Nighthawks will elect to take the flag in the backfield, push it back 10 yards.
Clip.
The clip is declined, the holding in the back, the clip downfield is declined, the holding in the backfield, the Hawks will take that from the 35-yard line. They'll mark off 10 yards back inside the 25, where it'll still be first down for Southwestern, but this time it'll be like first and 23.
So the holding back there was what sprung Sullivan loose, really.
Right. Yeah, there was holding back there and left the corner wide open for Sullivan. Brady gives it to Bria, straight up the middle, breaking tackles, and he's out near the original line of scrimmage. Picks up about 12 on the play.
Mike Hanover, linebacker for the Nighthawks, made the tackle, but big gain on that play.
It'll bring up a 2nd and 11 for Southwestern. Ball on their own 36. Nighthawks getting some subs as
Dave
Reese comes in
for Matt Nelson.
for Matt Nelson. Brady gives it to Brio on the draw. He's across the line of scrimmage. He's got a first down. He's breaking for the right sidelines, and he's caught from behind by
Tony Groff.
Tony Groff as he prepares to make a move on the safety man. Brought down at the 40-yard line of Hanover, though, and it's a first down for Southwestern. First and 10 from the Hanover 40.
Offensive blocking of the Mustangs is really breaking those backs loose here in the second half.
24-yard carry for Bria, and that gives him 104 so far for the night.
Brady has Rudders wide left. He's going to pass. He hits Bria out of the backfield. He's got another first down inside the 25.
What a touch Brady has.
He just gives a little flick of the wrist over the line of scrimmage to Bria coming out of the backfield.
He looked like just like he was shooting a dart on that pass.
Right you are, Don. Just a little bit of elbow movement and a flick of the wrist. It'll be first and 10 for the Mustangs. We'll call it the Hanover 24. Lebrand wide to the right. Handoff comes to Sullivan around the right side. We've got another penalty in the backfield as Sullivan gets the ball down to about the 15-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. And I believe we're going to see a similar call in the backfield as a couple plays previous to this.
With Sullivan running the ball.
Same play
Same scenario.
with a yellow flag on the field. It's going to be a clip outside of the free blocking zone in the backfield. On initial line charge, tackle to tackle, within a yard of the ball, you can clip inside. But if you're one of the backs and you're outside of that free blocking zone, as I mentioned, that goes from tackle to tackle within a yard and a half to 2 yards of the line of scrimmage, you'll get called for the clip if you hit someone in the back outside of that area. So it'll bring up a first and about 27 from the Hanover 42. Brady gives it to Bria off the left side. He's got some running room, but it's quickly taken away, and he's knocked down after about a 5-yard gain.
Pike Hanover on the tackle for the Nighthawks.
Ball spotted on the Hanover, shall we say, 37.
Hanover, a tough little linebacker, sophomore. He's 5'6", 150, and hits like 180.
Second and 23. Second and 23 from the 37 of Hanover for Southwest. Abraham, wide right. Brady gives it to Ecker. Ecker into playing halfback on a little delay. And I believe we might have a late hit on the Hawks. As Matt Goss drug him down, and I'd have to say Brent Little was a little late getting there. Hanover faithful doesn't agree, but that's a big 15-yard penalty against the Hawks. It'll take the ball down to the 23-yard line. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 8 for Southwestern now.
Unfortunate for the Hawk defense because they had the Mustangs fairly well stopped.
They had them stopped for a loss on that play, and it would have brought up 3rd and very long. But the 15-yard penalty makes it a 3rd and 8 down inside the 25 at the 23.
It's 35-14. The Mustangs in the commanding lead in the ball game with 4:13 remaining in the third quarter, and Southwestern has called timeout, and they've got a 3rd and 8 on the Hanover 23-yard line.
That's their first time out, of course, in the second half. They want to regroup here.
Well, really, I think the Hanover defense will welcome the ball so they can maybe sort of regroup a little bit here.
Take a little breather, too.
They've got to stop the Mustangs. There's no doubt about it. They can't let Southwestern get any more points on the board. They've got to get the ball back. 4:13 to go in the third period, down by 21 points. They really don't have a lot of time to play with.
Penalties have hurt the Nighthawks here this evening on very inopportune times. That 15-yarder was really quite harmful here, and it could very well give the Mustangs the edge here on this drive.
First game, you do expect penalties, but they're usually of the procedure and
Timing.
right, the motion and stuff like that, not the piling ons and disorderly conducts and late hits. Brady fakes it to Bria. He keeps it on the rollout. He's down inside the 20, down inside the 15, near the 10. And he's got a first down for the Mustangs.
Nice run by Brady. Good fake, and then he tucked it in and took it right off the right side.
First and 10 for Southwestern, just inside the 12. We'll call it the 11, first and 10. Brady gives it to Ecker. He tries the left side. Not quite as quick as the other backs, Ecker is, but he gets it inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Second and 8 for the Mustangs. Another situation here where they can get a first down without scoring. Not a lot of room to spare in between.
About a yard and a half.
Second and 8 from the Hanover 9. Brady with Rudders wide right. Gives it to his fullback Bria. He's inside the 5, down to the 3. Hit at the 5 and spun down at the 3.
Bria gets out of the blocks real quick. Hits that line, hits the hole, and he's through before the linebacker has a chance to react.
3rd and 2, Southwestern on the Hanover 3. And if that last touchdown for Southwest wasn't the straw, a score here most definitely will be. It's Ecker. He's going to go in standing up, off left tackle, touchdown, Southwestern.
No question about it. The offensive line of the Mustangs is dominating here in this second half.
Hanover can't stay with them. Just not enough horses for the Hawks.
They're wearing the Hawks down, too.
Wickline will attempt his 6th extra point of the game. Brady will put it down. Oh, the snap is high. Comes off Brady's hands. Wickline and Brady are playing with it. Who's going to take it? Wickline will. He's trying to go around his right side. Left side, he gets it inside the 10 down to the 6 before he's tackled. And the point after attempt is no good.
Tackled like that roar.
The score remains 41-14 Southwestern over Hanover. 2:42 to go in the third period. We'll pause for 30 seconds.
You're watching exclusive television coverage of high school football on Hanover Cable TV. Underwritten by Farmers Bank and Trust. We're in banking for you, serving the Hanover community. The Hanover Area Family YMCA, the place to be for family fun activities. 500 North George Street. Call 632-8211. The Hanover Evening Sun. Look to the Evening Sun every Wednesday for your complete guide to high school football. The New Area Football Weekly. The Hollinger Group. For real estate and insurance, call the Hollinger Group. Our #1 policy is service. We work for you. 207 Frederick Street, Hanover. Call 632-5225. And Stanbaugh Dorgan and Company Incorporated CPAs. Supporting business and education in the community. 1010 Eichelberger Street, Hanover. Call 637-2641.
It's now 41-14. The Mustangs dominating the Nighthawks here in the second half. That scoring drive, Steve.
63 yards and 9 plays that time for the Mustangs, taking 4 minutes and 21 seconds. Ben Secker goes in from 3 yards out for the 6th touchdown of the night for the Mustangs. Try for 2 after the bad snap from center, no good. 41-14 Mustangs, 2:42 to go in the third quarter.
Wickline's into the boot. This one's not too bad. It comes to Roar at about the 12. Comes up to the middle and cuts out to the right. He's to the 20, to 25, and he's struck down from behind as he gets it out to about the 27-yard line. A 1st and 10, Hanover from their own 27. They've got quite a bit of work to do, down by 27 points.
There's a good tackle in there by Aaron Miller on the kickoff team for the Mustangs.
15-yard return. Roar.
1st and 10, Hanover, ball in their own 27. They come out of the huddle with Weisensell split wide to the right. It's Vern in the wing left. Chino calls the signals. Gives it to Harner on the little off tackle play to the left side. He picks up about 3 yards out to a little over the 30. Bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Hawks.
Weisensell out with a cramp.
Second time that's happened to Mick tonight. He's replaced by nobody. And they have to call a timeout because Mick went out with the injury and no one came in. They only had 6 men on the line of scrimmage. It would have been an illegal procedure penalty against the Hawks.
Roar didn't see him come out. Roar was supposed to go in.
Can't really blame Roar though.
Oh.
He's got to have a coach say, hey, Ted, we need you. Mick's hurt. So Roar comes into the huddle to get the 11th man, but the Nighthawks have used the timeout, and they'll get some water onto the field for the players.
That's their first timeout of the second half, so each team has 2 remaining the rest of the way.
Or you were saying it was time for a timeout anyhow?
No, I didn't say
Ah, intimating.
that. Actually, it was a waste of time.
Might be a time to run the clock.
Yeah.
1:47 to go, third period. Hanover trailing Southwestern 41-14. As the Mustangs kick off another, what looks like it may be, banner season.
They're looking good.
They've got the size and the strength in numbers.
And the speed. They got speed in that backfield with Sullivan and Bria.
Chino calls the signals. Gives it to Becker on the counter. Picks up maybe a yard or 2. We'll give him 2 on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 4 from the 33-yard line of Hanover. Keith Hess brings the play in from the sidelines for the Hawks, replacing Mike Chance at fullback. Hanover breaks out with Roar wide to the left and Harner on the wing right. Hess and Becker in the backfield. Chino gives it to his fullback. Hesse breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, has a first down out over to 40 near the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hanover.
First carry of the ball game for Keith Hess. And the Nighthawks pick up first down number 6.
Ryan Brown made the tackle for the Mustangs, so I think there's some defensive replacements in there for Southwestern now.
We'll spot the ball on the 43 of Hanover. 1st and 10, Nighthawks.
In fact, there's an entire second unit defense in for Southwestern.
Got some subs in for Hanover too, as Shannon Bolton is in at wide receiver. Becker on the handoff from Epicino, gets it across the line of scrimmage, picks up maybe 2 on the play. Southwestern thought they had a fumble recovery, but the ground could not cause the fumble. Hess had the ball stretched out as he hit the turf, and it knocked the ball out of his hands. No fumble. Ball dead on contact with the ground. 2nd and 8 for Hanover. Ball resting on their own 46.
One play remaining here in this third period.
Chino back to pass, looking downfield. It's well overthrown and intercepted by John Beal. Beal.
Place to rest. Please support the American Red Cross because
It's an interception, and he's happy about that. Turnover to the Mustangs. Ball on the Southwestern 33.
1 second remaining in the third period.
And the clock runs, and that's the end of the third period. Southwestern lead 41-14.
Quarter number 4 coming up here at Shepherd Myers, and the Southwestern Mustangs in a very comfortable 41-14 lead. We've had plenty of excitement here this evening. The Hawks have made a number of mistakes, but the Mustangs have pretty much dominated that line of scrimmage. The Hawks' mistakes might have cost them a TD or 2, but mainly the Mustangs are dominating. Okay, quarter number 4, Dave.
And Dale gets the handoff from Brady, tries to go around the left side, and it's clogged up. Once the reverse, he's fielded, he's backwards for a big loss.
Jacob Knott.
Jacob Knott on the
Defensive end.
loses about 9 yards on the play. Back to the 24-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd and 19.
Knott stands 6'2", but he's a wiry 170 pounds.
Mustangs come out of the huddle. They've got some substitutions into the game now. That quarterback is Mike Kiefer, a 6', 155 junior. He hands it off to Mike Tracy. The fullback, he gets it out to about the 30-yard line where he's drug out of bounds. They'll spot the ball at about the 31. Picks up 8 of the 9 lost on the previous play and bring up a 3rd and 11. Ball resting on the 32. Kiefer brings him out. Calls the signals, gives it to Sullivan. He wants to go around the right side. Goss is there to cut it back inside. And Sullivan cuts up the middle, picks up about 3 on the play, gets it out to the 35-yard line.
Goss turned him back into Dave Reese, and Reese made the tackle.
It'll be 4th and 8. The Mustangs will have to punt, I believe, for the first time tonight. Right, Steve?
Yes, it is the first.
The 4th period, and Southwest is finally punting for the first time. Ecker is back deep to punt.
Your offense is doing something right when you don't have to punt to the fourth quarter.
And then it's when your subs are in the game that your drive stalls.
Right.
They've got an official's timeout. We're going to do a quick equipment check here. Steve Keller, the referee, says we're ready for play. The clock will start. Back deep to receive the punt for the Hawks is Ted Rohr. And as I mentioned, is Vince Eckert will do the punting for Southwestern. Snap is back to Ecker. He gets his foot into the ball. It's away. Comes to Rohr back at his own 27-yard line. Wants to go up the right side. It's really not much there, but he breaks a couple tackles and he's out to the 35, to the 40, where he's finally pushed out of bounds. gets a favorable spot out to about the 41.
Took Corey Rudders to bounce him out of bounds. So Roar is very elusive.
He's got some quickness. He's got some speed, Ted does. He gets the return out to the 41-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for Hanover. So our offense will try to get something going here. 10 minutes and 8 seconds to go.
14-yard return on that one for Roar. 14 hard-earned yards.
First team offense still in for Hanover. Chino gives it to his fullback. He's being held onto and dragging Southwestern players. Doesn't get much. Penalty flag flies in the air, though.
That was Hess on the carry.
Keith Hess on the carry, right.
Hess might have gained 1 on the play, but a personal foul penalty against Southwestern will tackle in 15 more. It'll give Hanover a first down at the Southwestern 42-yard line.
What was that, late hit? Probably.
The flag came after the whistle, so that would be my guess. They had Hess stood up and someone came in and delivered a blow after the whistle. First and 10 for the Nighthawks. Ball resting, I'd say, on the 42.5. Steve, it'll be up to you where you're put it statistically.
43.
Officials timeout.
At least we're closer than the scoreboard clock. The scoreboard clock says the 44.
It's definitely not the 44.
Yeah. We'll say 1st and 10 for the Nighthawks. Ball resting on the Southwestern 43.
5th penalty against the Mustangs, total of 62 yards.
Roar wide right. The wing left. Vern goes in motion. The counter to Harner. He breaks the tackle up the middle and then fumbles the ball as he gets it down to the Southwestern 30. And it's finally recovered. The bouncing ball rolls to the Southwestern 25, but the Mustangs recover it there. As Harner had a good run going there and then just lost the ball.
That was Aaron Miller who pounced on the elusive fumble, and the Mustangs have the football back.
So Hanover turns it over to the Mustangs, and they'll take over on their own 26-yard line. We'll spot it. 1st and 10, Southwestern.
Who recovered, Don?
Miller.
Aaron Miller, 5'11", 160 junior, reserve quarterback. His names are in the team stats permanently for the year now. Mustangs subs break the huddle. It's Kiefer at quarterback once again. Gives the ball to Tracy, the fullback. He tries to go off the right side. He doesn't have much room there. Might have picked up 2 on the play if he was lucky. We'll give him 2 out to the 28-yard line.
Give Jacob not credit for the tackle on the play.
Now where they spot the ball, let's give him 3, Steve, to the 29.
Okay.
2nd and 7. Keeper calls the signals for the Mustangs. This time he wants to pass. He's looking downfield and he's hit as he's thrown. The pass intended for James May. But Keeper.
Chance and not put the old scissors on him, and he didn't have a chance to get the ball off accurately.
As the arm started forward, Keeper was hit. It fell harmlessly to the ground, intended for James May. Bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Mustangs. Ball resting on their own 29. 8:24 to go in this game. Southwestern ahead, 41-14. Kiefer gives it to Wickline on the counter. He's got some room up the middle, and he's near first down yardage. Out over to 35. First down is the signal from the referee. He got it just over to 37. We're going to spot it at the 37, 1st and 10. Southwestern as he gained just enough of necessary yardage for the first down. Keeper still at quarterback. Gives it to James May this time. He gets it out over the 40. Picks up about 5 to the 43-yard line for Southwestern.
Mike Chance on the tackle for the Nighthawks, but sizable yardage.
Actually to the 44, a 6-yard gain.
Right.
Well, a 7-yard gain. How about that? Well, keeps getting better and better for James May on that play. 2nd and 3 for the Mustangs. 44.
Here's Miller.
Handoff to Miller. He's got the first down off the right side. Breaks the tackle. He's down to about the Hanover 45 as he crosses midfield.
Hanover defense is just about spent by this time. Of course, there's a lot of subs in there too. But the Mustangs are running the ball quite effectively. Second unit offense against second unit defense, and the second unit offense is winning the battle of the trenches.
Well, not much heart left in the Nighthawks, down by 27 points with less than 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Keeper gives it to his fullback, bounces around inside there, and finally picks up about 3 yards. I believe it was Miller on the play. No, it's James May. James May is 6 foot 160 pounds, reserve fullback. Senior.
Matt Goss comes off the bottom of the pile. He made the tackle for the Nighthawks.
2nd and 7 for the Mustangs. Ball resting right on the Hanover 45. Keeper calls the signals. Gives it to Wickline. Wickline up the middle on the counter. Has a first down, but he fumbles the ball, and this one's recovered by Hanover. It looks like Tyke Conover coming up with the fumble recovery for the Hawks. It'll be 1st and 10 for Hanover. Ball resting on their own 38-yard line. Would have been enough yardage for a first down for Southwestern, but the ball popped loose at the end of the run. Recovered by Hanover. 1st and 10. Hanover, ball resting on their own 37.5-yard line. Looks like mainly still the first team offensive unit for Hanover. Is they haven't gotten too much right tonight. They're going to keep working at it. Chino gives it to Tyke Conover in at halfback. He breaks the tackle. He's in the open field. Breaks another tackle. He's got one man to beat, and he's struck down by the safety man. I believe that's substitutions in the game there.
Miller made the tackle.
Miller.
43, yeah.
Yes, Aaron Miller made the saving tackle for the Mustangs, but not until Tyke Conover has a first down in Southwestern territory at the 40-yard line.
22-yard carry for Hanover.
So Tyke getting his name mentioned quite often here tonight. Tough little kid for Hanover.
150-pound sophomore.
5'6". Chino gives it to his fullback Hess. He jitterbugs, has opening. He's got one man to beat now. He's down to the 24-yard line where he's tackled. Another first down for Hanover as they're getting a little bit of yardage against the second-team defense for Southwestern. Second-teamers and probably some third-teamers in there for the Mustangs by now. 1st and 10, Hanover, ball resting on the Southwestern 24-yard line.
Jason Cole in at quarterback replacing Epicino.
Nearing the 5-minute mark of the game, Hanover down by 27, 41-14 in favor of Southwest. Jason Cole at quarterback now for the Nighthawks. Takes the handoff, he's going to pass. Looking downfield, now he tucks it and runs. He's inside the 20 and he's brought down at the 19-yard line. And Jason Cole, the junior backup quarterback, 6'1", 160 for Hanover. Five-yard pickup on the scramble by Cole. 2nd and 5 for Hanover. Ball resting on the Mustang 19. Wide right for Hanover comes Matt Topper. Cole gives it to Tyke Conover going over the left side once again. He's inside the 15 and he dives down near the 10 to about the 11. Has a first down for Hanover. And the sticks will move. 1st and 10 for Hanover. Will spot it on the 12.
Tyke Conover with 29 yards on just 2 carries.
Becker's the wing back now.
Shannon Bolt brings the play in off the sideline for Hanover. And he splits out wide to the left. Tight Hanover, wing right. Backfield behind Cole. Hess the fullback. And Becker the halfback. Becker takes the handoff on a little delay. Cole, he's hit just as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Maybe got it to the 10.
Mike Hoban on the tackle.
Subs are in there. We have to look in the roster to make sure we get it right for Mom.
We have to look down that big, long list of the Mustangs, too.
77 players to choose from. Get the right one. Mustangs break, or excuse me, Nighthawks break the huddle with Roar going wide to the right. Hess and Conover in the backfield. Becker goes in motion. It's Conover on the counter. Off the left side, down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. 8-yard line, we'll say. Bring up a 3rd and long 6 for Hanover. They've got to get inside the 2 for a first down. Clock continues to run. 2:50 to go in the game. As the subs are cleaning up here, as the Mustangs with a convincing 41-14 lead. Weisensell back in at wide out for the Hawks. Comes wide to the right. Cole calls signals.
Too much time, I believe.
And it, penalty flag keeps the line judge and the linesman know. I don't believe it's going to be too much time. I believe someone lined up off sides. They're talking to the Southwestern captains. They're explaining to the Southwestern captain who and why and where someone was offsides. The footing call goes against Southwest. They'll mark it half the distance to the goal, put it inside the 5 on the 4 where it'll be a 3rd and a long 2. Cole calls the signals. Weisensell wide right. Becker, wing left, goes in motion. The handoff. It's Hess, the fullback, and he's going to lose yardage as that play really was slow developing. Hess is tackled way back at the 7-yard line.
Mike Hoban again on the tackle for Southwestern.
So they'll bring up a 4th and about 6 for the Mustangs, or for the Nighthawks, excuse me. The Hanover subs would like to score here, but 4th and 6 from the 8-yard line is the situation. 7-yard line, I'll say. 7.5. Cole calls the signals. He wants the pass, rolling out right, looking into the end zone. He's got Roar wide open for the score. And I tell you, the Nighthawks score with 1:26 left in the game. Cuts the lead to 41-20.
Nicely thrown pass. And Roar just sneaking into the corner of the end zone. Picked it off. Had an easy catch, really.
Yeah, he was wide open, and Cole just lofted it out there into the corner. And Nighthawks look to attempt the extra point. Now they call a timeout as they don't have enough players on the field again. They've only got 10 out there.
Let's get organized, fellas. The season has started.
Nighthawks go 62 yards in 8 plays on that drive, taking 5 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock in the process. Of course, they don't really want to take too much time off the clock at this point of the ball game. It's out of reach anyway. Jason Cole hooking up with Ted Rohrer from 7 yards out for the touchdown pass, and the 3rd TD of the ball game for the Nighthawks, and the extra point attempt upcoming. Will they go for 2 or what? Doesn't
Well,
really
they're gonna
matter at
kick
this
it.
point. Yeah.
They're going to go for 1.
Brent Little's in, and I think it's...
There's a tee down on the 10-yard line. It's really,
Yeah, the other,
what's
other
the extra point going to
yeah,
do?
It's not going to make any difference in the outcome of the ball game.
that is pretty much decided.
Yeah, the only difference will be the point differential, that's all. The snap is back. Chino puts it down. Little puts it up and through, and it's 41-21 with 1:26 to go. Southwestern ahead by 20 points. We're back. Hanover has just scored and kicked an extra point to cut the Southwestern lead to 20 points. But with 1:26 to go in the game, I'd say Southwestern has this safely in hand. 41-21 is our score as Hanover prepares to kick off. Goss will put it down on the 40. We may see an onside attempt here. Hanover may try to get another score on the board before the end of the game, but
Why not have some fun?
Goss acts like he's going to kick it deep. Gets the big stretch on the leg. The big warm-up kick. Counts off his steps. Puts up his hand for the referee. I'm ready. We're ready. Southwest is ready. Goss is going to kick off. He gets into the kick. He kicks it long. Not real long. He comes to Rudders at the 15. He's following the wedge right up the middle. Now turns on the burst of speed as he crosses the 30, and he's banked down at the 35-yard line.
Good tackling there by Chad Farner of the Nighthawks.
Where Southwest will put it in play from their 35-yard line with 1:19 to go and a safe 20-point, 3-touchdown lead.
20-yard return by Rudders.
Third team offense in for the Mustangs now. The new quarterback will be Andy Burwager, a 5'10" sophomore in at quarterback for Southwestern now. He hands it off in there to someone with some good speed. Paul Gibson, 5'10", 160 sophomore, breaks outside to the left and takes it across midfield to the Hanover 45, but there's a penalty flag on the grass right around the midfield stripe.
Probably a clip or a push. Oh, defense.
Illegal use of the hands against the defense.
Unusual to see that in that locality of a run.
L-Tech 10 yards on to the end of the run. It'll put the ball at the Hanover
34-yard line.
34-yard line. First and 10, Southwestern. Mustangs come out of the huddle. Andy Burwager calling the signals. Gives it off to Jeff Reese. He's going around the right side. Doesn't quite make it to the corner, and he's dropped for about a 1-yard loss at the 35-yard line.
Mike Chance and Jason Cole on the tackle there.
Who is that? Reese.
It was Jeff Reese, a 5'7", 150-pound sophomore.
What's the number, Dave?
Number 23.
Got to try to keep up with this. Want to
We'll
give
do all
everybody
right.
credit.
The handoff this time goes to Paul Gibson once again off the right side. Picks up about 5 on the play. On the last play of the game, that's it. 5-yard pickup for Paul Gibson on the last play of the game. The final score is Southwestern 41, Hanover 21.